Here's a question that might make you uncomfortable. What if the smartest person you know, your professor, your favorite intellectual, maybe even you, is thinking just as dogmatically as the people they criticize? We tend to assume that education frees us from rigid thinking, that the more you learn, the more open your mind becomes. But what if that's not actually true? What if education, without the right self-awareness, just gives dogma a more sophisticated costume? Let's define what we mean by religious thinking. Because this isn't about religion itself. Religious thinking is a pattern. It's when you adopt a set of beliefs, stop questioning them, and start filtering all new information through them. You accept what confirms your worldview, you dismiss what challenges it, and you surround yourself with people who agree with you. Sound familiar? Because that pattern doesn't live only in religious places. It lives in universities, in political circles, in online communities, in scientific echo chambers. The packaging changes, the mechanism stays the same. Here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists call this motivated reasoning. Our tendency to work backwards from a conclusion we already want to be true. We don't evaluate evidence neutrally. We evaluate it emotionally, and then justify it rationally. And here's the uncomfortable part. The smarter you are, the better you are at constructing convincing justifications for beliefs you never actually questioned. Think about your own social media feed. At some point, it stopped showing you opposing views. Not because they don't exist, but because you stopped engaging with them. The algorithm learned what you wanted to see. And so did your brain. That's not a failure of religion. That's a failure of motivated reasoning inside a highly educated system. There's also in-group loyalty. We adopt the beliefs of our tribe, whether that's a religion, a political movement, or an academic field, because belonging feels safe. Questioning the tribe feels dangerous. So we don't. We call it conviction. But sometimes, it's just conformity with better vocabulary. Now here's what most people get wrong about this conversation. The point isn't that education is bad, or that religion is bad, or that having strong beliefs makes you intellectually broken. That would just be another form of dogma. The point is that no system of thought, not science, not philosophy, not any institution, is immune to becoming closed. The moment we stop questioning our own frameworks is the moment thinking stops and belief begins. The real divide isn't between educated people and religious people. It's between people who hold their beliefs loosely enough to examine them, and people who don't. And that second group exists everywhere. So what do you actually do with this? Start by noticing. When you encounter an idea that challenges something you believe, what happens in your body? Do you feel curious? Or do you feel threatened? That reaction, that discomfort, is worth paying attention to. It's often the exact spot where real thinking either begins or shuts down. The most intellectually honest people aren't the ones with the most credentials. They're the ones willing to say, I might be wrong about this. Let me look again. That's not weakness. That's the whole point. If this made you think, or made you slightly uncomfortable, that's probably a good sign. The Greek philosopher Socrates once said that the wisest person is the one who knows they know nothing. He wasn't celebrating ignorance. He was describing the only honest starting point for any mind that wants to stay alive. Not just educated, not just faithful, but genuinely, uncomfortably, relentlessly curious. The question was never, are you educated or are you religious? The question has always been, are you still asking?